Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Heart to Heart with Hads. Another episode here for you. I'm actually recording this a couple days before I leave to go to Vegas. So, the day we'll be coming home from Vegas is the day that this will be dropping. I had to do it in advance because it's like, I'm not going to have time. This weekend's crazy busy. It's my dad's memorial golf tournament, and then I have my cousin's baby shower, and I just have family in town and all of this stuff. And I really wanted to make sure I was present and get all my work, everything done before I left. So that's why I'm recording this episode a little bit early, and I have a guest. If you're watching on YouTube, I just need you to look right now. We have a guest, Mr. Steele. Say hi. Here, let's get you by the mic so they can all hear how you sound when you breathe. Thomas, what do you think? He's like, get me out of here. No, when I came in here and he was laying on the couch, and I was like, okay, buddy, you're going to be a little special guest for us today. Then, since you want to just pop on over here, Mr. Steele Thomas. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, he's a little bit nasally, but it's fine. He always is. Anyways, let's jump into what I want to talk about today because I feel like this is something that people always are trying to figure out, and I feel like we don't ever really know what the answer is, but we should always be striving to refine it and try and really hone in on what this is. So, I have some notes here, and Steele is just making all sorts of noises, Bubba. What are you doing? He's nasally. You just gotta get used to that with him. There he goes on a tangent. Anyways, today's topic is going to be 7 ways to find your purpose, okay? And I just have to kick it off by saying whenever I came home from college, I was just crying in the front seat of my mom's car. And I told her that I had no idea what my purpose was. And I was sad, I was frustrated, I was discouraged. And you know what she said to me? She was like, it's okay. You don't have to know what you're doing. I'm 50, whatever she was, probably 50 years old, and I still don't know what my purpose is. And so I feel like that helped me a little bit, but I really think I have kind of discovered what my purpose is just by doing some things. And that's what we're going to dive into. So, um yeah, the first thing is you need to do some self-reflection. And so that's kind of what I was doing whenever I was sitting in the front seat of the car with my mom whenever I was like, "Mom, like I really do not know what my purpose is." So you really need to dig deep and have that sense of like come to the senses that okay, I really don't know what my purpose is here. And some things that can help you just like get out exactly what you're feeling, where you want to be, what you like to do, all of that good stuff. Start journaling, start meditating, start mindfulness practices. This is just going to help really bring to life who you are, what you're doing, what you're grateful for, all of these things. You're going to just have a actual sense of calm and clarity on what you want to do and all the things that bring you joy. So that's my first tip here. And then you also need to understand like exactly what your values are, what passions you have, what are your strengths. So identifying your strengths. And there's one thing that I like to do. It's called, I think it's called Strengths Quest, and my mom's actually like a coach through it. So she was able to kind of help me set it up, but it really tells you your 5 strengths, and then it tells you jobs that you'd be good at based on your strengths. But it's this a whole assessment. You have to answer a bunch of questions. I'm gonna ask her if she can give me the link. Actually, I know what it is. It's called Gallup Strengths Quest, and so I can probably link that. I'm not like have a code or something. I know it costs, but you're able to get on there, do an assessment, it'll give you your strengths. But yeah, really identifying your strengths and your passions is going to help you build that purpose that you're looking for. And it's not necessarily like your purpose in life because that's like ever changing and evolving. but kind of just your purpose for where you're at in your life right now. Um, so, yeah, that's the first thing. Just making sure that you're reflecting on what you're doing now, where you want to be. You have to always be continuously learning about yourself. And I think this is something that's very huge and people just look past it. But no, you need to do that deep inner work. This is super crucial and important, okay? You can't just be going living day in, day out. You got to have some sense of reflection. Um, Next thing, okay, this is another thing that I wrote down. Explore what you like. So you have to be willing to get outside of your comfort zone and try new hobbies and activities and things that you never thought you would like before. And so I think for me, whenever I was really trying to like find my purpose, which I didn't really think that this was even going to be my purpose when I started it, was when I was just like really tapping into the gym and I was loving training and I loved the whole aspect of nutrition and all of that. That was very uncomfortable for me. I had no knowledge in that whatsoever. Like, I just want you guys to know my degree is in marketing, but I don't feel like that's my true purpose and my true passion. So, like I said, you have your thing that you want to do job wise, but you need a hobby, you need activity outside of that. And so I think, like I said, when I was really discovering the gym and things like that, I really found a passion for it. So when you find that passion for something that's different, way outside of your norms, that can help cultivate your purpose if that's really something that you enjoy. So I encourage you to try new things, read, go to the gym, make new friends. Um, just any little hobbies that get you outside of your comfort zone, get you meeting new people. That's another thing that helped me too, is expanding my network of people and really thinking like, wow, like I like this person and I like the way they think, or this person like, I'm not sure about them. That also helps a lot too, just helping you discover what you like. That's huge. um and then, yeah, just making sure that whenever you are exploring these different activities that you're, like I said, reflecting, being very mindful of, I really like this or I really don't like this. But you have to be able to put yourself out there. Stop staying so tight knit within your bubble of what you've done your whole life. You've got to be willing to try new things, get very uncomfortable, have uncomfortable conversations, have really hard conversations. This is a huge thing that was beneficial for me, was just having those really, really hard and tough conversations. Um, that kind of just goes along with exploring your interests and things like that. So, number three, this one is pretty big. Setting goals. So, setting short term and long term goals. And this can be small. So, say um, you want to hit, you want to make, this doesn't have to be money driven, but say that you want to make this amount of money. You have to have a plan. That's a lot of the time I see go wrong, is people want to do this, that, and the other, but they have no plan set in place for that goal. So once you do have a goal of whatever you're, you know, trying to set out to accomplish, you have to come up with a plan for that. Okay, so what are you going to do that's going to get you there? You're going to have to set SMART goals. So specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. So an example that I could think of is, I want to lose 10 pounds by this date so that I can. Um, Sorry, someone's vacuuming and I'm getting pissed off. Okay, so we're back. And I'm sorry, I got these SMART goals wrong. I thought it was attainable, but I guess it's achievable. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. So, like I was saying, making a goal that is, I'm going to lose, or I want to lose 10 pounds by what's 2 months from now? I think that would be an attainable goal. I want to lose 10 pounds by August 30th. And yeah, so they have to be very specific. I know that's kind of hard, but to come up with if it's something that's a little bit different than that. But for me, like one of my goals is I want to help 30 people make healthier lifestyles by the end of whatever year. That was kind of my goal going into this year is I want to get 30 people that I can have on my roster and help them have better healthy lifestyles. Now, I'm easily going to surpass that because 6 months in and I'm already there pretty much. So, just little things that are going to make sense in the long run help a lot. And I know this is kind of hard if you're thinking about purpose wise. This doesn't even have to be job driven, just anything that brings you joy and happiness. You've got to set goals just like that. Okay, number 4 is going to be seeking feedback. So this one's huge. I am not someone that really likes to rely on my friends and my family and even my boyfriend for a lot of help because I just feel like I can do everything on my own. Like everything needs to live bottled up in my head. I don't need to tell people what I'm feeling. And I do. I'm wrong there. So there's really only a select people that I like to share my stuff with. So be very mindful of who you're sharing your goals, your aspirations, how you're feeling with, because you don't want to tell the wrong people your stuff, especially people that are not supportive of you and your goals and are really just only in it to like know your business and like be nosy. You want people that are going to help you, guide you, tell you the truth exactly how it is. And so that's why I liked leaning on my mom for that, because she's someone that I can truly tell everything to. So making sure that you have that support, that community, that person, that those people that are going to help guide you in the right direction. Because there's been many times I've told my mom, like, I want to do this. She's like, well, do you have a plan for that? Like, if you're going to do this, then you need to make sure you have this done and this done. And then that gets your gears grinding, and you're like, okay, well, maybe I'm not really sure if I can do that. So, yeah, and I think that that's another way that'll just help you find your purpose is talking through things with people, with mentors, friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it may be. Um, this is super important. And sometimes it's going to be really hard to hear. You're not going to like exactly what you're hearing. And I love the few friends that I have that'll just tell me how it is and tell me exactly what I should be doing. And just giving me that like tough love that I need. Even my boyfriend, if you know him, then you know he's very much like that. Will just tell me straight up how it is, the truth, even though I hate to hear it. And sometimes I think he's being mean, but he's not. He's just being truthful and helping me, like just wanting me to be the best that I can be and always looking out for my best interest. So, um, what else did I have written down here? Yeah, and others too. Like, if you're just gonna focus on yourself and you trying to do everything yourself, it's just not gonna work out. And how you see yourself is not how your close people see you. And what you think you're good at, somebody else may think you're not great at. And what you think you're bad at, somebody else is like, no, like you are good at that. You can do this. So that's goes on the other side of it too, is like, maybe you're doubting yourself a lot, but they're like, no, like you have got this. So, really talking through with people, asking for tips, and asking for constructive feedback. You don't want to be shot down, but you need that tough love for sure. And then this goes on you as well. You being a supportive person, you helping others in times of need. So, maybe that's you being a friend to lean on as well, but also like volunteering. I feel like that can help too. And just trying out different roles in different ways. Helping others is huge. And I think that has cultivated my purposes. I really want to help others. That's my biggest thing. I've always wanted to help in some sort of fashion. I just didn't really know when I first was trying to figure out what my purpose was, what I wanted to do. I love helping people, and I love leading people. I think that's a huge one of mine as well, is leading people to live healthier lifestyles. So I feel like that's my purpose, is really leading by example. I've always been such a natural born leader, and so I think that that's something that I've really tapped into as of recently, because I always knew that I was, but I didn't know it on this level. And like I said, I've had some people that are very supportive of me and in my circle that have just told me that how much I impact other people, I don't realize it. So kind of went off on a little bit of a tangent there, but helping others, I think that's huge. I will say I feel like I don't help others as much as I think I do, because I do it in different capacities. Like, I'm just thinking of my sister. She teaches students. Like, she's a teacher and she's helping people in that way. But then I look at her and I'm like, wow, I suck. Like, I'm not helpful at all. But then I look back and I'm like, that's literally your job, and that's your passion. And I do it. We just do it in different ways. And everyone has their different ways of leading and helping. But I'd say start there. Like, start helping with something that you're really passionate about. Yeah, that's good. And just getting involved in your community of what you like to do. So for me, love the fitness community. So I tried to get involved a little bit. Kind of like through social media, I try to stay involved with people that, follow me and support me, and just build this like sense of community with in health and fitness. I think that's really been a big passion and strive of mine as well. Okay, this next one I have is, you have to be continuously learning. And I think this is where so many people struggle, is they don't continue to learn about themselves for one, but they also just don't continue to learn about the way the world works for two. Like, yes, you need to be reading books. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are if you don't like to read. You need to be reading books. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like self-help books. Health. Health. Help with hads. Oh my gosh, it's been such a long week. Anyways, it doesn't have to be health related. Like I said, it can be what you enjoy in your personal interest. And then that can spark so much for you, and you can just go down a rabbit hole. So whenever I was getting my personal training license, I was like, oh my God, I just really love this. And then I started doing nutrition and I was like, I really love this even more. And now I have freaking books galore, and I'm reading things like Root Cause, and which just helps you, which is a book written by this functional medicine doctor. And just it's like finding the root cause of any little thing that could be going on within your body. And I love it. So you have to just want to crave more. I'm One thing about me is I always love asking why. I'm like, why? Why? I think my mom told me that when I was little, I always would ask why about every single thing. And it's like, shut up. Kids, when they're like, but why? Like, why is that happening? Why? And it's just like, shut up, you're annoying. But no, you're not annoying. It's cool to be curious, and it's cool to read and expand your knowledge, because you need to be continuously evolving and learning. That's what makes you grow as a human. And I think it's amazing. And I'm really glad I've gotten on this continuous learning journey. Like, even with my personal training stuff, I have to keep continuing my education with that. And not because I have to, but I really love it. And I love to just know more. The more you know, the more you can just, I don't know how, I don't even know what, but you don't ever know enough. You'll never know enough. You can always be learning. There's always something to be learning. And I think that's amazing. Like, just expand your knowledge. Quit staying in this tight knit bubble of having the same mindset of everyone else. Get outside of your box. Learn more about the world, what goes on around you, how things work. I feel like, I just love scratching, like getting that scratch on my brain of like scratching the surface of new materials that I didn't know before. Something about that just makes me feel so good. Like I get the what's the word? Like I get the I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I get the itch or just like the chills, something. I don't know. But you know what I mean. So continue reading, continue learning. This is just going to help you find that purpose, ignite your spark, and just keep going, you know? Okay, number 7. How are we already number 7 and we've only been 20 minutes in? This just goes to show you that I need to get better about expanding upon the things that I'm talking about here. I'll get better. I'll get better, okay? I will. Number 7, embracing change. Okay, this one is freaking huge. This kind of goes back to like learning more, but you have to stop being so tight knit with what you know. You can't just keep doing the same thing and expecting your life to grow in ways you never knew before. And this also, like I said, we're talking about purpose here. This goes back to purpose as well. How can you really identify your purpose if you're not willing to change what you're doing right now to help get you there? And I think that's a lot of people's issues is they're so comfortable with what they're doing. They're scared of change. They're scared to have those hard conversations. They're scared to go into a new environment that's completely different than what they're used to. And you know what I say about being scared? F that. Like I've been the same way, and just within these past few couple months, I've seen myself grow exponentially, and I'm just reflecting back on that right now. Those things were so hard for me. You know, I can just think of a couple things in my mind that have been very difficult for me to do. And but had I not had those, I'd not be in the position that I'm at right now, in the position to keep building and growing and moving forward with where I'm at and help expand on me truly developing and finding that purpose that I know I have. So you have to be able to change. You have to be adaptable to the changes as well. Um, Major life changes for me, like I've mentioned many, many of times if you listen to the podcast, switching from cheer to bodybuilding, going from K State to living at home, going from a small town of people and everybody knows your business to this town that I live in now, which still it's only an hour away from home, but it's a huge change. I've gone into a whole community of people I didn't even know, and I've made friendships and I've had mentors and I have all these people in my corner that I would have never known or met or have sparked my interest of doing any of these things had I not changed my environment. And sometimes that's so hard to do, but when you're so stuck in this group, within this culture, within doing what everybody else is doing, you don't have the chances and you don't have the opportunities to grow and develop and find those different passions and purposes and all these little things that make you who you are. So, if there's anything that you take away from this episode is to just embrace change and try new things. Get out of your comfort zone. This is going to be the biggest thing you can do. It's scary. I'm not even going to lie. It gives me anxiety. It has given me anxiety breaking out and trying new things. But I'm so, so glad that I have done these things because it has built me into the person I am right now. And I know I'm so young and I know I have so much more to live and learn and give to others. But that just makes me even more excited. So I hope that you got some valuable insights from my 7 tips on finding your purpose. Um, you can do it right now. You can take action right now. If you're in a spot right now that you're like, man, this feels so comfortable, but I'm really not loving this. I want to try something new. I want to go after something new and different. And I'm scared, but what if? Like, what if I do this? Then this may happen to me. I'm here. I'm giving you a testament that I have broken away from things that have no longer served me, and I'm in a much better place mentally, physically, all of the above because of it. And I just encourage you to go out there, try new things, continue learning, help others, get feedback from others, set goals, huge goals, little goals, whatever it may be. Explore different things that you never thought you would try before, and just reflect on where you are and where you want to be. And I can guarantee you, you're going to find your purpose. You will find it. And it may not be today, it may not even be tomorrow, it may not even be in a year, but you have to do these little small things continuously to help you get to that purpose that you're looking for. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. When you're listening, I'll be on my way home from Vegas, getting ready to go to Florida. Then I went on a 2-week vacation hiatus here. So, anyways, I encourage you guys all to share your own stories with me that you have, and just keep following me, the podcast, my Health with Tides page, just to watch. Had a little scratch in my throat there, just to watch my continuous journey on health, my purpose, life, whatever it may be. Follow the podcast Instagram. Yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I think it was fun. I really got into it. But yeah, I'll try and post any links or any strengths type of things that I have. So let me know what you think about this episode. Give it a 5-star review, leave a comment, whatever, on YouTube. Show the love. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next episode. We'll probably be recapping my trip. So love y'all, and don't forget to empower the champion within. See y'all.